Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Crypto Michael. Today we're going to discuss the top 5 altcoins you should be aware of in August. And I know that everybody has their own altcoins. I've got mine, and that's why we're going to discuss these. I think the whole altcoin runs are still going to continue. We just saw Band Protocol doing insane yesterday. And it's all basically coming down to Bitcoin consolidating, euro-dollar consolidating, through which the dollar is going to strengthen for a little bit, or at least having a relief bounce, which would suit Bitcoin calming down and the altcoins to run again. If you like my content, please subscribe to the channel or like beneath. Follow me on Instagram. Next week we're going to do the first tips and tricks. I guess it's going to be Sunday that I'll be posting one. So yeah, which 5 altcoins are we going to discuss? The first one you can see is Celer Network. We have been discussing the big boy Perlin earlier on, before the whole run-up, and personally, I have traded this one from the area here, and then we had the run-up, which was insane. I had some orders in the 400, 450 level, but I completely missed them as I removed them and bought some Celer, which is fine. You can't have everything, but the whole point is that it moved above these 100-day and 200-day MA structure and started to run up. Also, some news lining up. Well, essentially, Elrond did it, Perlin did it, Kava and Bond the exact same figure, and Celer is also showing the exact same figure. So I would not be surprised if Celer is going to heat up and starts to run to levels like 200 sets in the next coming period, or maybe even towards the high around 260 to 300 sets. Why? Well, essentially is we have broken the 100-day and 200-day MA. They have crossed each other. What we also see is that we have an accumulation range in which we were making lower highs, lower lows, which is essentially not what you want to see. Since then, we were flipping levels for support, so every previous resistance became support. We did it as well with the 50 level, and now we're ready towards the resistance zone, which is the 80 sets level. Rejected there, Bitcoin started to move, which essentially crushed every altcoin. But these dips are for buying still. As we are in an upwards trending market, it is for buying. So what we see here is the crucial level between 50 to 53 sets is there to hold, and we do. So what's next? Well, what you're expecting to see now is that we make another higher low, is that you want to make a higher high. And then when you're going to break through this 80 sets level, it is the range high. So once we break through this range high, it seems very likely we're going to ready towards the next range high, which is between 190 to 210 sets. And then you get to see the acceleration you want to see. So right now we should be consolidating a little bit, break through, retest, and then we start to accelerate. So you get a structure like this, just like you see on Perlin, etc., etc. So I'm feeling very comfortable with Celer. There's also some news coming up on this one. BTC pair just held a very important level. It's all good. We also have the USDT chart, which is looking pretty healthy as we flip the previous level for support again, consolidating it a little bit, as I've been pointing out on the tweet 2 days ago. And then the next levels you are watching are 1.1 cents, and then the whole area between 1.8 to 2 cents. So I'm definitely looking to Celer. The next one I'm looking at is LTO. I'll just remove this a little bit. LTO had a similar figure in which we flipped the previous high for support, broke through it, and then we lost this previous high for support, and then you can see the overall acceleration downwards. That said, all the people would state that we had a rising wedge with bearish diff. That would also be my approach. There's also a trend that's lost. For everyone there's what. But now the point is that we are back on the support level. I'm doing this wrong. on a support level previously in which we held again. So the structure is still intact, which means that you would like to see on the daily time frame is we might be rallying further up towards the level around 780 sets, then come down to test some lower levels, get compression going, and then the breakout towards the towards the highs seem very likely. So I'm watching LTO to see whether we can get scoop some levels around 600 to 620 sets after this level, see the compression going, and then later in August I expect to see a breakout of LTO occur, in which targets of 1000 to 1300 sets are very likely to see happening. As you can see on the lower time frame, we've rejected in this area already, tested the previous high, held there, and now it seems very likely that we're going to test the next resistance zone around 760 to 780 sets. Very nice, healthy structure, good trading opportunities, healthy market. So LTO is the next one. Then we've got another one which I've been trading a lot lately, and I'm doing this on the wrong one, I guess, or we can take a clean one, that's also fine. I've been trading this one a lot, had like 5 TPs, 2 SLs, nice profits on it. Held the previous low for support, which is essentially needed. Below this level in the structure would have been destroyed. What we also see is that we hold the earlier support, or we reclaimed it, and when we reclaim a previous support, it seems very likely that we're going to test the highs, and that's the area between 300 to 320 sets. After the reclaim. But overall, as you can see, we are making a nice upwards trending structure on QLC, through which we are trending, and it is very likely that we're going to test even 500 sets in the coming period. So what you see is heavy volatility on smaller time frames, but overall we still see the structure making higher lows, support resistance flips, and now you see it seems very likely that we're going to continue, make that compression we have been discussing on LTO, and then the next breaker should bring us towards the highs around 440 to 530 sets. Then the fourth one is almost identical to what we have seen on LTO. Nice heavy move up on anchor. And usually when such a move occurs, you see a bearish dip, and then you're going to look for levels in the previous time. So in this case, you're going to look for the block here, which held. Also over here in the previous run, you see that it comes back down towards that level. So once it comes back down towards that level, you can still make a nice scalp trade or day trade, as this is just 58%. So then you're looking for longs in this zone, and then resistances in this zone, or even in this zone. So that's 2 TP points. Overall, crucial level to hold. We held. We might be going down a little bit more, but we held this level. Now we're going to see resistance at 70 sets, and then we start to consolidate just like we have been doing previously, and then you get the compression as well. Don't look at the time frame on this one, but it seems likely that once we compress a little bit more later in August, we break up for the next leg, and when we get the next leg, you can start measuring that. We can target 110 and 150 sets on anchor. So this is another one that I'll be watching, and the last one I'm watching is DMG. I don't have a proper trading view one for this one, as it doesn't have enough data. Let's see what the chart is giving us. It gives us that we have got a rounded bottom. So the previous high at $1 held for support, and we broke further up through which we are on resistance right now. What you do want to see is that we preferably want to hold above the level of 115 to 118. So if we get some more sideways consolidation here and get a slight compression on the 4-hour time frame, you want to get that long entry. If we do lose 115 to 118, I think we're going to smack through the support, as it has been testing so many times. If we do hold there, it seems very likely that we're going to test the highs. As every level has been tested, we might be rejecting at 150, but it seems likely that we're going for a new wave towards 160 to 170, and then probably $2. So these are the 5 that I'm watching for now, and obviously I'm charting many other coins, but this is just what I'm checking out. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again on the next video tomorrow, which is going to be beginners tips and tricks.